and welcome to today's Brilliant Creatures.
The show where you can meet some of the world's most amazing animals.
I'm Stephen.
I'm Gail.
And here are some of the stars on today's show.
There's the edible crab. Yes, we're moments away from finding out if he can snap through that toughened tubing with his claws.
And something for you to try at home. In today's Do It Yourself, we show you how to build your very own slowworm home.
Plus, how can you clean the teeth of a killer whale? There's only one way to find out. Watch Brilliant Creatures. We're going to show you later.
Okay, have you got your pencils ready? Now, have you ever tried to snap a pencil? Don't do it yet. I know it's dead easy if you do it like this. Even I can do it.
Nicely done.
Thank you very much. But have you ever tried to break a pencil using just one hand? Now, I can't do it like that. Can you do it?
Here we go, you ready?
Let's see. One. Oh, that is so impressive, Stephen.
It is harder to do though, isn't it?
It's much harder, but I tell you what's even harder than that is trying to break a pencil between your thumb and forefinger. Just have a try.
It's impossible, isn't it?
It's just impossible.
It is for us, maybe. But there is a creature that lives in the coastal waters of Britain that can do exactly that. Snap a pencil in this way.
And now here he is. This is Charlie. He's a common edible crab. Isn't he fantastic? He's absolutely huge, and he's been kindly lent to us today by the Portsmouth Sea Life Centre. And take a look at those two enormous, powerful claws he's got.
They're big, aren't they?
They're huge.
They are. Now, the claws usually differ in shape and size. The smaller one of the two is used for grabbing, prizing and cutting things. And the big one is the crusher. Now, we are going to put it to the test right here in the Brilliant Creatures studio. And we think it's not much of a challenge to get this big crab to snap a normal pencil.
That'd be far too easy, wouldn't it?
It would. So to make it a real Brilliant Creatures test, we're going to use this. This is toughened acrylic tubing, and no matter how hard I try, there's no way that I could snap that. So the big question is, can the crab?
But if he does, that tubing could shatter. So we've got to put on these goggles to protect our eyes. Now, we've got a much better chance of seeing him do it if he's out of the water. So I'll just lift him up very bravely, if I might say so.
Are you nervous?
Well, I'm all right now because I've got him underneath.
Okay.
But, oh, I wouldn't fancy him getting my fingers in those claws.
Right, you ready?
So
Here we
give him
go.
the tube.
Let's see what he does. God,
He's got a better
good
grip now. He's gonna break this.
Oh,
he did it! Wow! Did you see that? That was just so easy for him. Right, I'm going to put him back in the water.
Yes, please.
Well
That is-
done, Charlie. That was fantastic.
Do you know, I feel as though I'm going red. It shocked me.
Can you imagine the power that must have in a single claw to break through that toughened acrylic?
So the next time you're thinking about touching one of these Brilliant Creatures, then think again. That's if you want to keep your fingertips, that is.
Card 7 of 10. Name, Ordarius sesinosus, also known as the Bolas spider. Special power, lasso web blaster. The Bolas spider releases a length of silky thread, armed with a sticky droplet. The spider swings its gluey trap like a lasso until, finally, it snares a victim that becomes hopelessly stuck. The thread is reeled in and its victim is devoured.
Who would live in a house like this? Well, it's one of Britain's most brilliant creatures. It's called a worm, but it's not a worm at all. It looks like a snake, but it's not a snake. It is, in fact, a lizard, but it's got no legs. It's called a slowworm, and this incredible, brilliant creature could soon be living in your backyard.
If you want the chance of seeing a slowworm, then watch carefully, because this is the part of the programme where we show you how to do it yourself. Now, the first thing you've got to do is decide where you're going to build your slowworm home. And once you've decided on this spot, don't change it, because you could disturb any wildlife that's already moved in.
Now, slowworms like to live in safe, dark and warm places. So here's how to get started. Get your hands on some old bricks and then start arranging the walls of the house. Now, make sure you do leave gaps in the walls so any wandering slowworms can actually enter. Let's just build these up like this.
Right, and then when you finish building your walls, you want to fill it all in. Now, any old garden waste will do. I've got some, lovely sticky composty stuff here.
And now let's whack on some grass cuttings, all on the top. Look at that, there we are.
And then some hedge clippings. We'll throw those on the top. A nice big mound is what you need of any old garden waste.
Brilliant.
So you're almost done. Now there's just one more magic ingredient.
Some carpet. Now you might have some spare carpet in your house, and if you don't, then don't worry, because you can buy these. These are carpet samples and you can get them from most DIY stores. Now the first thing you need to do is make a hole in one of the corners. The great thing about the carpet tiles is that they come with holes already in, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Now you need to get yourself a piece of string about 15 to 20 centimeters in length and just tie a knot in the string like this, and you're going to loop this through the carpet in just a second. Let's just make sure that's nice and secure like that. Then loop it through one of the holes. Let's go for this one just here. Pull that out like that. And to secure it in place, here is a great idea. Get yourself a pencil, put that through the loop, and then just pull the string, and there you have it. Look, nice and secure onto the carpet tile. You'll see why you need that in just a second, but first, let's put the carpet tile in place. That goes on top like that. Now just wait. And after a few days, return with a stick, and this is what you needed the loop for. Poke the stick through the loop like that, and then lift up your carpet tile and see what's moved in. Look!
Oh, wow!
It's
loads of
slowworms.
slowworms. And that's the magic of the carpet tile, you see. Without it, the slowworms that move in would all snuggle at the bottom of your heap of grass cuttings. But with the carpet tile, it's all nice and warm at the top, so they'll all settle there, and it's really easy for you to see them.
They look all slippery, don't
Oh,
they?
they're great.
Wow. Now, you may never have seen a slowworm before. I know I haven't, but they are common all over the UK, and they actually live in gardens and their allotments, and they feed on garden pests like slugs. And believe it or not, they can grow up to 50 centimetres in length. It's a lot, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, if they're not poisonous, what do you use that long stick for?
Well, there are other brilliant creatures that would love to move into your slowworm home, including, have a look, this guy, the adder, Britain's only venomous snake. Now, the chances of you getting one of these in your garden are pretty slim.
But if you do find one, then be careful, because they do bite, and their bite is poisonous. Now, while it won't kill you, it would involve a trip to hospital.
So the best thing to remember is whatever you get into your slowworm home, don't touch it. It's better for them, and it's better for you.
Now, if you want any more information on how to make your very own slowworm home, why don't you go to the Brilliant Creatures website, and we'll give you the address at the end of the show. Now, what you've got to do is click on Do It Yourself, which is here, and then click on Slowworm Home, which is over here, and you'll get all the information you need, including how to tell the difference between a snake and a slowworm.
So why not do it yourself and make your very own Brilliant Creatures slowworm home?
Exotic animals like this guy need specialist veterinary care to keep them healthy. And treating weird and wonderful creatures involves a whole host of problems that you might not encounter treating domestic pets.
For a start with, the animal might not like what you're doing and eat you.
So fully armed with the knowledge that we might not come back in one piece, Stephen and I headed off to Marineland in the south of France to spend a week with specialist zoo vet David Taylor.
David treats some of the world's most brilliant creatures, some of which are potentially deadly to work with, as they are impressive to look at, including the brilliant killer whale.
Today's task, to clean its teeth and blow its nose. I'd have to admit that I can be a bit mouthy at times, but I've got nothing on this guy. This is a killer whale, and inside that mouth, he's got about 52 brilliant teeth, and he uses them for tearing his prey into chunks. So, David, how do we look after the teeth of a killer whale?
Just like you look after your teeth, by using a toothbrush.
What, they have their toothbrush? Is that a special killer whale
No,
toothbrush?
that's a human electric toothbrush, and Isabel is cleaning them, and she does this every day. And it's very important. You see, they are wearing down at the front.
Yeah.
And of course, doing this every day allows Isabel to inspect the teeth and report to us if there's anything going wrong.
So what happens if, for instance, the whale has a cavity?
Well, we'll fill it if necessary. We've got ways of treating it. They're very good patients. And of course, they always say, ah.
Right, so we've cleaned his teeth. Now it's time to blow his nose.
This is what you're going to use. It's a special plate containing a kind of jelly, and in the jelly is the sort of food that germs like to eat, including blood.
So, David, I'm going to blow his nose, but where is his nose?
Well, Lindsay, would you mind showing her?
Right. Oh, his blowhole's his nose. Wow, but how am I going to get him to blow it?
Well, you will just tap the blowhole, just
like
this
this?
edge, just there, like that, and he will blow.
Just like that?
Yeah, and you use this plate, just take the lid off and hold it upside down over the blow. And then put the lid back on when he's done.
All right, I'll have a go. He sounds really excited about it anyway, doesn't he? So he won't mind me doing this, it's okay. So I just tap in front of his blowhole and hold it over. Okay, Valentine, here we go. Wow!
That's it, lid on. Well done.
Good boy. And can you tell anything already from
Oh,
that
no,
plate?
not yet. It'll take 3 or 4 days. This plate now goes to the laboratory. The plate is put into a sort of warm oven, an incubator, and then after a day or two, any germs that are there will grow, and the scientists will be able to see them, recognise what they are, and tell me by telephone or fax if they're important.
Okay, so we've got 1 killer whale with a mouthful of beautifully clean teeth, and we've got 1 tray full of whale bogies on its way to the lab. Mission accomplished. Okay, now's the part of the show where we're going to put your and Stephen's animal knowledge to the test. We're going to play you an animal call, and you've got to guess which brilliant creature made that noise. And I hope you're doing a bit better than Stephen is at this.
OK, as always, I have no idea which animal it's going to be, but you and I would definitely have heard of the animal before. So good luck to you. I'm ready. I hope you are too.
And you need lots of luck. Have a listen to this.
It sounds rude.
Have another listen.
Sounds like my granddad when he's sleeping. I don't know.
A motorbike.
Is it something that grunts? Is it? I know I've said this one before, but is it a pig?
You can't keep saying
I know,
pig.
but it sounds like a pig.
It's a hippo.
A hippo? See, it
Yeah,
doesn't sound-
male hippos make that enormous sound, and it can measure up to 115 decibels.
Wow.
Hang your head in shame.
Inside these tanks are 2 of the most revolting creatures on Earth. They're called tailless whipped scorpions, and they're absolutely disgusting and totally deadly.
But not to us. Believe it or not, although they look poisonous, they don't have a venomous bite.
But what they lack in poison, they make up for in other ways. You see, tailless whipped scorpions live in caves where their eyes are made totally useless due to the lack of light, so they're almost blind.
So how do they find their prey? Well, the answer is those hair-like front legs. Can you see them? They're really fine. And what they do is they wave them around from side to side in the darkness like this until they make contact with a victim, and then they strike.
Now, its victim won't be able to see what's coming because of the darkness and won't be able to feel those fine hair-like sensors. So the first time it knows it's under attack is when its head has been bitten from its body.
Oh, that's disgusting. So who needs poison when you've got grasping mouthparts decorated with spines that shred your victims to pieces?
The disgusting tailless whipped scorpion. Brilliant, but totally deadly.
And next time, in Do It Yourself, snails that find their own way home.
And Gail gets close to dolphins underwater when she helps zoo vet David Taylor give them the once-over.
Meet a real-life monster of the deep, a crab that'll grow to be as big as a car.
And I try talking to the animals Dr. Dolittle style.
Well, that's it for today's show.
If you want to look at our website, check out the address at the bottom of the screen now.
And we'll be seeing you very soon to meet more of the world's brilliant creatures. See ya.